So the first thing we're doing just to prepare is getting our website completely optimized. That means switching out banners. We actually have specific collections set up. That's kind of the direction I've been pushing most merchants in, as opposed to like the whole website being on sale. It's a better user experience, especially if you have tons of SKUs, to make a collection of like your 50 best products, put those guys on sale, and drive your traffic right to those collection pages.
Like, we started selling this product out of the trunk of our cars.
Don't be afraid to fail.
Inventory management is about balance.
Get the product out. That's number one.
I've always preached sustainable growth.
So we just started building community.
Look at the data.
Product development is everything.
Yeah, we say we're a brick, click, and pop.
But you have to love what you do.
Awesome. Okay, so this is the last session of our 7-week. We have a 7-week speaker series all about Black Friday, Cyber Monday, building into the big week that is next week. And as my good friend and colleague Dan just said, we're already kind of underway doing a lot of these Black Friday sales and activities. So we're in the thick of things. It's been a really fun season building up to this. This is kind of the last hoorah. And as Ivana had announced to everybody, the big feature today is to look at anybody who wants to participate and kind of look at what you're doing for Black Friday. We can dissect kind of some of the strategies you've been working on. We can give you some of the best tips that we know that we've been working on and things that we've been seeing up until today. Did I get that right there, Ivana?
Yeah. And then we have at the end, we're going to do something fun because we want to do something fun to wrap it up. I know everybody's busy, so keep it lighthearted. We have some merch that we want to show you. You'll be the first people to see it. I don't even know if I think everybody on our team's seen it, but and we're going to be giving some of them away. And then if, we can make it fun. If anybody has anything else, any other cool things that you think would make a good merch item, we're all ears. So we'll do that at the end.
Yeah. So just to recap that, we're giving away some t-shirts. We're giving away some awesome, cool t-shirts.
I was trying to not say what it was, Scott.
We're giving away some awesome t-shirts. Tune in. We're going to be giving away some t-shirts so you can win some really cool Merchant Mastery t-shirts. As Ivana said, we're just rolling those out. So anybody who's in the Facebook group right now watching, you could feel free to ask anything in the comments, or you can hop on the Zoom call. Ivana is going to go hop in there in a second and put the Zoom link in the comments on Facebook. So you can join us from there. We're going to be doing the giveaway from anybody here who's on the Zoom call. So I encourage you to hop on. Oh, Ivana, I think you're on mute there.
I'm going to put that link in there right now. And then anybody else wants to join us live in here, please do. But otherwise, what we want to do is pass the mic over to some of the attendees in here. So anybody who wants to chat, who wants to,
raise your hand.
Hear you, raise your hand. Yeah. And we can
go in the Q&A, go in the chat. We have Dan here, who's our most senior Shopify experts here at Social Light. He's been working on, he actually got us certified as Shopify experts back in 2014 or so, or 2015. Got us certified as Shopify experts a long time ago. So he knows the platform and the tools and the strategies inside and out, and he will dissect any questions you have. So anybody at all, if you want to talk about your campaign, raise your hand, pop in the chat. Otherwise, while we're waiting for any participants, so you can go ahead and do that. If you're watching from the Facebook group, if you're in the call right now, just pop your questions about your campaign in there. We will dissect it. We will give you the best advice moving into next week. But in the meantime, let's pick Dan's brain a little bit. And I just want to ask you, Dan, because you said you're in the thick of Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Like, what are you doing? What kind of things are you doing right now?
All sorts of Facebook ads, emails, everything. Literally everything's going down right now. We're just trying to be very agile in our approach, see what's working. And if we have to modify things, at least we're starting now. So we can do that without missing out on, the frenzy. And I mean, people are purchasing a lot even this week. So I guess I think every speaker has said it. It's really good to get your Black Friday, Cyber Monday campaign started early.
Okay. So this is a good, good. I'm going to expand on this a little bit more. So I know Most years it's like, okay, Black Friday's this week. Maybe it's a few days earlier, like maybe a few days later, but it's usually just like that Black Friday period. People can predict it. But I've been seeing merchants doing Black Friday sales since the start of November. And
Totally.
I've seen it been going on all month. I've seen lots of people doing big sales all week. So you said you're kind of in the thick of it, doing ads and emails and all these things.
Yeah.
And I know I work with you, so I'm just asking. I know you're working on many, many campaigns. Are you guys launching sales now? Like, are a lot of the campaigns you're doing, the sale has already started?
Yeah. So the first thing we're doing just to prepare is getting our website completely optimized. That means switching out banners. We actually have specific collections set up. That's kind of the direction I've been pushing most merchants in, as opposed to like the whole website being on sale. It's a better user experience, especially if you have tons of SKUs, to make a collection of like your 50 best products, put those guys on sale, and drive your traffic right to those collection pages. So yeah, the last week has been a lot of graphic implementation, even modifying our navigation. So we have our Black Friday collection rate, easily accessible no matter where you're coming from. If you're hitting like a product page or you're coming in on a blog, we want to make sure that it's easy to go hit up those discounts and deals.
Would you say that's kind of the angle you've been going with, like your sales? Like you've been mentioning collections a lot here. So are most of the campaigns you're working on like, hey, our big Black Friday sale is 40% off this collection, or that kind of thing?
Yeah, we're not saying that it's that collection, but that's just how we've built it out. Does that make sense? So we have 40 products, 50 products in a Black Friday, Cyber Monday collection. And that's the collection that's visible on the website, as opposed to a lot of the other products.
Okay, so in that scenario, you'd be like, okay, Black Friday has arrived. We're gonna go in the back end of Shopify. We're gonna create a discount. We're gonna do 40% off just that collection, right? So you would just
that's right.
Choose that collection. Is there any campaigns you're working on where it's just like site wide and it's not a collection?
Yeah, well, next week we're doing that on a couple other ones, and that's only because they have a limited amount of SKUs, a limited amount of products, where it just logistically makes sense. I mean, a big thing to remember is you got to go back and reverse all these changes that you've put in place for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And I mean, just having done this for a while here, I mean, things do get missed. So that's why I really like, and I keep harping on the collection discount, because you can set the start date and you can set the end date, and yeah, it takes minutes to revert back to what your website looked like prior to Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that sounds like some good preparation advice moving into next week. So, so right now you're kind of like user experience, make sure the navigation,
totally,
make sure people can access everything when they're showing up.
Yeah. Another thing I'm really looking at, specifically if you're using discount codes, is the amount of add to carts, initiated checkouts, and then the conversions. If you see like a huge drop off, let's say you have 100 add to carts, 70 initiated checkouts, and only 5 purchases, something is going wrong. I mean, we kind of talk about it amongst ourselves, like the media buyers and the other strategists at Socialite. We're looking for somewhere around a 15 to 25% conversion rate based off that add to cart initiated checkout, right? So if we had 100 add to carts, we're looking to get 25 purchases.
Okay. Hey, that's a little fun fact I did not know, but that's a good milestone to set, or not benchmark to set. Okay.
I was gonna ask. So Dan, if you're running these ads like over the weekend, next weekend, and you're not hitting those conversion rates, are you changing things on the fly, like over the weekend, or is this stuff that should have been tested already?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's why this week and the week next week leading into the weekend, we're really testing these things, so we're not having to do it on Saturday and Sunday, because unfortunately that's just not enough time for your Google and Facebook ads to, I guess, adapt to those changes you've made to your offer, or maybe whatever it is. You just need to be hashing it out right now. It's so important. It's going to make your life so much easier next Thursday and Friday, going into the weekend, capitalizing on sales and knowing everything is sound.
Are you running a lot of lead form ads right now?
I'm not. I actually turned a lot of those off. At this point for the campaigns, we're basically just going straight for sales. We got our email list all jacked up. So at this point, it's straight up retargeting, getting as many people or offer in front of as many people, getting them to the website as possible. And we're hammering out emails on a daily basis. And emails are very fruitful. They've actually surpassed what I thought they were going to do. I thought there was going to be a lot of noise, just like everybody's going pretty hard on Black Friday, Cyber Monday. But yeah, emails are not disappointing at all.
Are you able to share what sort of cost per lead you were getting for, on average, or maybe lowest and highest?
Yeah, so we're looking $1 is a good medium. And I mean, that's taking into a lot of accounts. There's a lot of, crawl, walk, run. That's taking into account all three of those. If you're hitting $1, you're doing things right.
Nice, $1. I mean, $1 to acquire a lead, somebody that's so high intent, I think is pretty reasonable.
Totally.
And then you said email. So obviously you're in massive email mode right now. How many are you sending? What are you sending? It's
interesting. I'm like talking with a lot of clients, and I'm a big advocate of setting up flows for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So you can filter out people that have purchased, not purchased, opened emails, not opened, as opposed to just sending out the campaign email where you just blast everyone. I like to have that filter down drip effect. And honestly, we're sending out 1 or 2 a day. I mean, if you look at a lot of the prime times for opening, you're looking at 7 a.m., 5 p.m., and 7 p.m. So those are 3 really good times to be sending out emails.
Can you repeat that one more time?
7 a.m. is an excellent time, especially on Friday mornings. 5 p.m. on Thursdays has worked really well. And then we're playing around with 7 p.m., which seems to be
Thursday or Friday.
That's just a general one. Okay. I've really noticed that the early morning Friday ones, people are just in a better mood. Maybe maybe it's payday. Who knows? But those ones seem to be very, very effective.
Yes. So we've been talking a lot about email strategy throughout these series, and we've kind of talked about the timeline a lot. One of the things that a lot of the merchants we've been having on this speaker series and our own clients, I know everybody's kind of like doing a Thursday early access sale. So they would send like an email in the morning on Thursday, and they'd be like, "Hey, it's our early access sale," and then they would send out a reminder at night, like it's about to end, but Black Friday sale starts tomorrow. So and then Friday morning, you're sending out an email that's like, "Hey, everybody, Black Friday started," and you're doing a reminder of the day. So what time of day? If I was doing the Thursday early access, you're saying like 7 a.m. might be a good idea to send it out. Now, which time zone? Like, what if I'm a company in California where it's like 3 hours behind the East Coast? Would you cater my 7
local time? Yeah, for sure. Always 7 a.m. And I mean, you can specify that in Klaviyo, but yeah, 7 a.m. across the board.
Because someone's 7 a.m. is somebody else's 10 a.m. Does that matter?
But that's local time, and you can pick that. That's a good question. I mean, you want to be sending it that 7 a.m. specific to that region.
What if like the majority of your customers were in the East Coast, but you were in the West Coast? Would that matter?
Everyone's getting it at 7 a.m.
oh, sorry. There we go. I missed that. I missed that.
Everybody.
Did you
get that, Was that
No, I got it.
No, my bad there. So yeah, you're saying that you distribute it to the user's local time, their local time, not your.
Their local time. Yeah.
Awesome. That's a really good tip. And then and then so when you're doing these like, okay, the sale's about to end, like last chance, say it's like early access sale. What time would you send that out? Because would you say it ends at midnight and you're going to send it out at like 8 p.m. or something? Or what are you doing?
Once again, that's really where I think flows kind of surpass the campaign emails, because you can hit people that haven't opened that like last chance in like another hour type of thing. So you can really like filter the customer sequence, right? So you'll know if this person didn't open the email, they need to be reminded again. Okay. So, I mean, in terms of having like specific times, I don't know. Like I said, like it's better to set up those flows than just send the campaign emails.
Because you're basically being more hyper specific to where they're at in the journey. If they already bought,
they
don't need your campaign email when they've already purchased.
Exactly.
Unless they're going to come back and shop for some more stuff because there's a new exciting offer that you just introduced.
But you have a hopefully post-purchase flow specific to them.
Yeah, so you can get some of those reviews and things afterwards as well.
Totally.
I was going to ask, so what, obviously people are going to get so many emails over that weekend. Like my inbox is already, you know, it's pretty crazy. I'm just like looking at subject lines at this point and seeing if I'm interested in stuff. Do you have a, you know, like a number one hot tip for how merchants can stand out in people's inboxes right now? And not just inboxes, but also with ads and things like that. Like, how do you stand out?
Classic marketing. 40 to 50% off, limited supply, limited time. Tossing an emoji in there. Those get open rates of like 39 to 40%.
Is that Dan's official formula? Because that sounded pretty legit.
It honestly is. You got to put your unique selling propositions right in the title and then the preview link. Free shipping over X amount, 30-day returns. Limited time, limited stock. Add that scarcity in there and you should see those open rates increase. But yeah, I mean, people are always going to gravitate towards the big savings, right? So the 30 to 50% off is.
Are you seeing the
clutch.
same thing with ads? Like the same thing with ads? You want to just be upfront about limited?
Yeah, so that's a pretty good question too. There's like once again, a lot of discussion we have here at Socialite. Just like, okay, we know that people are on Facebook. They're not necessarily there to be sold. That's not why you go on Facebook. So the debate is, do we want our ads looking like ads? And I, during these time periods, say yes. I say throw in those unique selling propositions because you see the awesome click-through rates, landing page views, and just, ascension to the initiate checkouts and finally conversions.
I just saw a question come in from Martin.
Yeah.
So we probably didn't do a good introduction today. You know, we thought people were going to be lining up for the Q&A and stuff, but Ivana, Dan, and I all work at Socialite. It's the e-commerce agency, and we only work with Shopify stores. We work with stores from all around the world. And Dan is our colleague who is in the thick of running many e-commerce campaigns for our clients right now. So the fact that you even took your time out of your day, I know how busy this time of year is, and I know how busy you've been. So if anyone has any good questions, this is the person who's in the thick of everything and can get you some really good advice.
Honestly, we don't see Dan. So very often now, like I don't see this guy. So just to be able to like get some of his time and get him on here, I've been hounding him. So, and I see Orion raised her hand. I think she's been here actually a few times. The name looks familiar, so I know she's been in the series. So what we can do is we can just unmute you, and if you want to turn on your camera as well, we can do that, so we can actually get to know you, get to see you, find out about your business, and then you can ask Dan whatever you got on your mind. So Scott, I think you as host have to do that because, yeah. There she is. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can.
Yeah, I just promoted you to a panelist, so everybody should be able to.
Oh, I'm fancy. A promotion. and it's not even noon. I love it.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Good. It's nice to be able to put a face to the name because, like I said, I know you've been in here, so I've seen you virtually before. So I'm glad.
Yes, I've been stalking you guys. Thank you so much for putting this series together. It's been really, really helpful. I am a solopreneur. As you said, my name's Orion. I'm a solopreneur. My company is called Black Travel Box. We make personal care products for travelers of color. So obviously, COVID's been an interesting twist for 2020. And, we're still an early company, but some really great things have been happening. And I'm really excited for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. That being said, I have a few questions because I am a solopreneur and there are literally only so many hours in the day. I would love to have 50 emails set up for the month ahead and all of that, but it just isn't going to happen. So I'm just kind of going day by day and trying to keep a day ahead or two. So a couple of questions. One, I'm trying to balance over discounting, right? Because it's such a, our capacity is small, we're going to run out of inventory, which is, it's a good problem to have, but still, and actually making like a good margin. Obviously our margins are really good because we're in beauty, but making a good margin on the product when we're talking about such a deep discount weekend. One of the ways I've done that is to add on, sort of a gift with purchase type thing and focus a little bit less on, on like deep discounts. I'm wondering if gift with purchase is stronger than positioning as a bundle and then showing how much the discount is of having it free within the bundle. Does that make sense?
So it does. What exactly? Yeah. So what are the products?
So we have basically a starter kit that is, and actually I could probably show you guys too.
Yeah, share your screen. Yeah, please.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Let me close all of the mess that is my desktop. But basically we have a starter kit that has mini sizes of all of our products in it. And that's typically our best seller because people are trying our products for the first time and they want to try out everything before they get sort of the larger sizes. That being said, we also have a beautiful leather bag that we just launched. And so I'm going to put the two together. The bag right now, sits alone as like a $36 item, and the starter kit is right around that same price point. So arguably we're right in that $70 to $75 price range for the two together. And so the discount would be either $45 for the bundle, right? So $75 value, $45 actual paid, or it would be get this starter kit and get the bag for free as a gift with purchase.
And it kind of works out to the same price anyway, right?
Yeah.
It's just how
it's exactly the same. Yeah, it's just about the language. So I was curious about, and I'm terrible at scrolling through my computer and talking at the same time. I apologize. But yeah, really the idea is about how do we position that in the best way possible so that it feels like it's a really compelling offer while still, so we kind of like, maximize what we have. And I'll show you guys, share. Oh, you disable sharing. If you can, I'll just show you an example. Do not make fun of my ads. Do not make fun.
I probably have some hilarious ones out there.
I'm not a skilled ad maker, but I have folks that are going to be helping me as we get closer to Christmas. So, but yeah, I will go ahead.
Share, yeah.
And share. This is going to be a weird kind of meta thing, but this should come out pretty big. Yeah. And this is hard to see.
It looks great. The only advice I'd give you is that white text is a little bit hard to read on the white background.
Yeah, it's sitting on the tile. But this is basically the bundle.
Yeah. So a couple of takeaways I'll start off with, and Dan, you can put in some input too. It's always like there's two objectives on Black Friday. One, we want to acquire new customers who have never shopped with us for the first time.
Yep.
So that we can retain them in our customer base and resell to them later at full price. So it's okay to take a hit on margin during Black Friday because the real goal is to acquire new customers who we can resell to later. Gotcha. However, if we are going to go big on a discount, then we want to focus on increasing that average order value. So bundling is a great way to do that. So I think you're on the right track with, if you're not just going to discount heavily, bundling is another way to offer value, increase the order volume. I think you're onto that. When it comes to choosing between like the gift with purchase versus the bundle, I don't have an answer. My answer is to split test.
Yeah, A/B test even, right? Like on a Facebook ad, see what's getting more engagement.
Yeah, without a doubt, that could be a good way to do it. Without a doubt, the answer is to split test both of them.
Totally.
Okay.
And then lean into which one everyone's performing well. It's just the reason I didn't have a direct answer is because it's kind of a short time frame. If we want to test an offer for our Black Friday, a good way to do it is what Dan was just saying, is like run a couple ads right now and just see which one is getting more lift.
Even you could do a split test with some email subject lines just to see which one gets more open rates. And then I think Ivana talked about it as well. The winner gets 60% of the rest of the emails kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you could actually create both offers, have them both set up. And then what Dan's saying is in Klaviyo, when you run like a split test send, you've done it before, where it'll send like,
I love Klaviyo so much.
So good.
And it'll send like 25% to one audience, 25% to the other, and whatever one has more lift, they'll send the remaining that email.
Awesome. Awesome. And then I also so that's really helpful. For next week, I was looking at, rather than just sending email sort of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, starting on Monday and doing actually, I was thinking about maybe even starting this weekend, doing a click through to sign up to get the notification when the deal goes live.
For sure.
Is there anything, so I love that you shared like specific times to send, and I know you were really focused on Thursday, Friday, but are there any considerations or anything that I should avoid when trying to promote the sale this weekend for next weekend?
In terms of like not cannibalizing sales? Kind of what you're alluding to?
Or in terms of not pissing people off with so many emails, or in terms of just thinking about send times on non-traditional days, right? Nobody ever suggests that you send an email on Monday. Like, I've never heard anybody be like, yeah, send it on Monday, just around noon, that's fine. So just thinking about that, using that as the ramp up. I think the weekend is better than the early in the week, but just trying to get some tips there.
I think it's a misconception that there's such thing as like too many emails. Yeah, sure enough, if you're sending like 3 before noon, that's a bit excessive. But if you're educating, indoctrinating, and providing value, and not always like push or pull, I mean, it's awesome to get more content out there and it really helps you define who like your target customers are, who your best customers are. So in terms of, maybe Monday's not your day, but a Saturday or a Sunday email this weekend would be a great idea. I'm a big proponent of sending out value-based emails.
I want to read you a testimonial of a guy I've been working with on his Shopify store, and he followed the strategy that we're talking about sending emails. He said he reported back, and he said, okay, he's like, I've been going through that Black Friday training. I decided to go with 2-part sale, early bird opt-in on the 12th to 16th, and my official sale from the 20th to 30th. I'm so excited to say that in just 5 days, we doubled what we did last November. And my top 3 takeaways that led to doubling the sales from last November: 1, he said, run lead ads before the CPMs rise. So before the Facebook advertising rises, and build remarketing audiences to use during Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend. So you're kind of driving those lead forms right now. You're getting people to sign up to this early access list, and then you're going to retarget those people over Black Friday, Cyber Monday. The second one that he listed, and this is why I even pulled this up right now, he said, send emails until sales stop. This is the thing that I hammered home with him. I looked at his list, I looked at his sales. I'm like, you are not sending enough emails. And he said last November, he felt shy. Like, he's like, I didn't want to bombard their inbox. And I was like, but were they driving sales? He said, yes, all of them were. And I was like, you keep driving those emails until the sales stop. And then the third thing, which is also kind of important, he said, have the Black Friday, Cyber Monday early opt-in form on your site now. And he said, I thought it was going to cannibalize my sales. This form alone got me an extra 620 leads at 8% opt-in and 88 more orders. He said the lead form ad I was running got $1 opt-in. And he said, I took your advice and spent way more than I was comfortable with on leads. And he's like almost out of product already. He doesn't know how he's going to get through the rest of Black Friday. But I think some big takeaways there is like, yeah, definitely on emails. This is something I hammered home with him. We'll hammer it home here with you too, is like, especially when you're doing like an opt-in list, if you have a list of people who are expecting information about your Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale, let's email them a lot. Like, I think twice a day is very much okay. Like
for sure.
2 times a day at a minimum on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And in this instance, we will email them on Monday because that's Cyber Monday.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I was going to ask, how big is your email list? If you're comfortable sharing that.
In terms of engaged, I want to say maybe 2,500. Okay. Overall list is closer to maybe 6,000.
Wow. Okay. And so then I assume this isn't like your first time participating in BFCM. Did you participate last year?
I actually didn't.
You did it. Okay. But you were in business. You were in business last year, or is this a fairly new business?
It's a fairly new business. So technically, we were in business last year, but we were really just doing testing. So just cool. Like I said, we're like A/B testing our products and message and all of that. And again, solopreneur. So it was really kind of just doing what we could when we could. Royal we, obviously, in this case.
I have
So
some-
this is my first BFCM.
I have some good news for you, because you said, yeah, it would be nice if I had the time, the resources to write 10 emails and all this kind of thing. These don't need to be long emails. They can be just short emails. Like they should be short emails, because Ivana, you were talking a lot about this with people's attention span and the competition.
Yeah. So the reason I was asking about your list, what I would send probably like as soon as you can this weekend at least is one of these like warm-up emails where you're sending like just letting them know, hey, you know, we will be doing something, and here's what I would do is maybe put some reviews in there. I don't know if you have reviews that you can work with, but put some reviews in there like, hey, this is what like our existing customers have to say, because what you want to do at this point is basically any objections that they might have, what they're going to want to know, hey, what's your refund policy? What's your shipping? When am I going to get it? Is it going to come before Christmas? What do other people think? So you want to prime them with those things so that when you send that email on, you know, Thursday, if you have, or whenever you kind of start your email, they're already primed to essentially buy from you. So some of those objections you've already answered for them, so that they're not like, you know, at that point going around trying to figure out, okay, well, you know, what do other people think? Like, how good is this product? Will it work for me? All these different questions, as much of that as you can answer beforehand. I would do that. And then the emails that you're sending on Black Friday, you know, over that weekend, Cyber Monday, they're short. Like you don't need to write a whole bunch of stuff. It's basically, here's what the deal is. Here's how long it's on. Here's what's on sale. Shop now. That's it.
Yeah, really short. That's the exciting part. It's like, now's not the time to completely like write a novel about your business, because they have so many competing messages from all your competitors who are competing for their attention and everybody else. So it's just short. It's like, we're so happy, bundle, big bundle.
Bundle. And what I was going to say about the images for the ads as well. So we're doing, like, this has been a question that's come up a lot in the last little bit. And we just talked about this during, like, we do some coaching with some of our students. And what's actually performing the best for them is literally just the product on a white background.
White background, yeah.
Nothing else. Yeah, they've made some beautiful designs. I'm like, wow, that looks really pretty, but guess what? It doesn't perform. Like, we've tested it, and for them at least, like we have one guy who sells soda, like these sugar-free plant-based sodas or something like that. I might have that wrong, but anyways, and he has these really cool photos of, like, you know, thirst-quenching photos of like them on the beach and all this stuff. And the ones that perform best are the ones of the can against the white background. And that's not the only example of that. So that's something to keep in mind too.
We're working, a client of ours is like a winery in Italy, and we just went through the same thing with them. It's like, romanticize the Italian landscapes and the Tuscan fields. Nope. Wine bottle, white background.
Yeah.
Just focus on the product. I got you. And I think we can definitely take just that image. I mean, it has a little bit of bricking in the background to give you the feel of a bathroom, but other than that, I think we can take just that image and bring that forward as well. So yeah, that's a really helpful tip. Thank you guys so much. I am going to write that first short email for tonight to go out at 7 p.m. and then we'll see if Saturday or Sunday works well as well. And I'm also opening up the deal early for VIP folks. So, so I'll have a few emails going to them to just let them know that early access to it.
And you have that scarcity angle, right? Because you really do only have so many. So,
oh my gosh, it's so,
yeah,
it's so scarce, but yeah, so that's really cool. And I think the other piece that, like, my little hack, so one thing I think is working very well is I work with Afterpay on, you know, so allowing folks to really stock up on things. And so Afterpay is great because they're going to be doing a lot of promotion and they send a ton of traffic. So we have a few deals that'll go basically exclusively to the Afterpay audience that will drive traffic as well. So that should be a pretty nice piece as well to this year's BFCM. So.
Awesome. Do you have like an actionable takeaway from our chat that you're going to, like you said, you're going to set the 7 p.m. Is there?
Oh, I'm writing that email, and I'm just going to give that, like, hey, we're so excited. We have these bundles coming. This is the craziest deal we've had all year. We're super excited about it. If you want to know about it, come sign up to get notifications the second it goes live. And then to your point of not being shy of emailing a couple times once people have opted in, they'll definitely have it's open. okay, you've got like an hour left, you better get to it. I think those are the things that I'll do immediately.
Do you want to put your link in the chat where we can opt into your newsletter?
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I'll put my website because I still need to look, this is where I'm still building stuff. I'm like, I have my opt-in page like half built and I'm like finishing that today. But you can find us at theblacktravelbox.com.
Are your products made? Where are they made? Where are you based, I guess?
Right here in Denver, Colorado. Yep.
Cool.
So the good thing is you guys talked about shipping times and things like that. Oftentimes, depending on the weight of the box, we can get stuff to people within 2 days because we do priority mail cubic. And so you end up getting 1 or 2 day shipping from most places because we're sort of center of country.
Excellent.
Perfect.
The benefits of Mountain Standard Time sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's a little tricky with New York. It ends up being 3 day, but still that's great. So it's like the more people buy, the faster we can actually ship and get that quote unquote guaranteed with the Postal Service. So.
Okay, we're rooting for you. We're excited.
Thank you guys so much. And this has been super, super helpful. I appreciate all that you've been putting together. I've been like in the background taking notes. And I really do appreciate that you put this together. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw this out there too before you leave. Is that we're doing this big shirt giveaway? We'll give you a shirt since you participated. So
I love free stuff and I love shirts, so it works out nicely.
Yeah, cool. Do we want to show them now, Ivana, or do you want to save that to the end as the reveal?
I can show them. Let's see.
We just want you to choose your shirt. That's why. Like,
I get a choice in the gift, man. Today is going well.
And anyone else who wants to volunteer to do a little assessment of your Black Friday campaign, we'll give you a shirt too.
Okay, you guys can see that?
Yeah. So here you have 4 options. This one here is the Attract, Convert, Ascend shirt. I think I know which one you're going to want. It's not this one, but we'll just keep going.
That Kiss ROAS, is that what it is?
We have go with the email flow. Kiss ROAS, of course. And Scott's submission, Scale City. Ooh. So you can pick whichever one you want. And if you have, and this goes for everyone, if there's another kind of saying that you're like, you know what, this is something that would make a cool shirt, we're all ears because
we're going to do a big contest in December about getting more input on what these shirts should say. Anybody who's taken our courses, we give these to everybody who completes the program. So
yeah,
I love it. I'm totally going with Kiss my ROAS. I have to. I have no couth.
Okay.
You got it.
You got it.
I used to work for Oracle, and they were very, in the data cloud business, they were very much about creating these new t-shirts every year. And since it's a data cloud, they did things like Bob Ross painting a picture in the data cloud. And data's the new bacon. So it was like a bunch of data in the form of a pig. And so I love a good pun. I'll definitely noodle some that might make sense for you guys.
Awesome. Ivana, maybe exchange emails with Ivana. We'll make sure we get like your shirt and sizing and
you can privately message me your email.
Yeah.
So and then we'll get your mailing address and get that out to you. But you guys will literally be like the first to have these. And people on the team don't even have them yet. So I've been guarding them.
I love the exclusivity. This feels like a Black Friday deal.
We're like, we got to do something special it's the last. We're going to come back with some more speaker series, but I feel like the Black Friday run is about to end, and then we'll come back with some more exciting stuff in December, but it's our Black Friday giveaway, I guess.
Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good luck with your campaign.
Thanks. I'll go hide now.
All right.
Cool.
So I will, change role to attendee. Bye. It was awesome having you. That was really fun.
No, I was just gonna say it's so nice to put a face to the name because with all this virtual stuff, I feel like we're always just like talking to each other, and I see everyone's names, but it's so nice to see people as well. This is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so if anyone else wants to hop in and participate, like as we just did, we could look at your campaign, we could discuss it. We'll give you a T-shirt, so you have that opportunity. Just raise your hand. I think there's a little feature somewhere near the bottom of the window where you raise your hand. Is that right, Ivana?
It's somewhere on there. I think it might be right next to your name too. I haven't been an attendee in a while, so.
Okay. And then, so there's a little bit of a conversation going on the side here. Michelle was asking, what do you do if you run out of merchandise? Orion said, I'm going to try a waitlist pre-sale approach, depending on the item's lead time. Our bigs have a longer lead time. The waitlist is always a favorite of ours.
Yeah, but so if you run out of merchandise, so this is, I mean, Michelle, you're probably not the only one that's worried about that. I mean, our the issue is if you run out of merchandise, people aren't going to get their whatever they purchased. I don't know if you even have like a back order or anything like that. I know in the past we have always said, keep selling and then communicate to people if things are going to be delayed or something like that. Communicate after the fact. I don't know, Dan or Scott, obviously, if you guys have experienced something different.
Yeah,
the last few weeks.
I think we nailed it. We obviously have a lot of time. We have ads running to these products that sell out, so we don't want to mess with Facebook's algorithm. We want to keep selling. We just want to be over communicative of what's happening. It's like, hey, the product is such a bestseller. It's not available anymore. Like if it's not available and it's not going to be available for like 6 months, maybe we just remove it from the Shopify site for now. But if we know it's a bestseller and we're going to be ordering more inventory right away, then we just want to communicate it. Hey, it's a bestseller. It did sell out, but guess what? We have your back. We're going to have more in like right away. Sign up here for a wait list or even pre-sell it.
We threw an app on a website that specifically, at least the very minimum, captures people's email addresses. It says out of stock, but give us your email address and we'll notify you when it's back in stock. So at least they get indoctrinated and thrown into a flow. And when those products are back in stock, they get first dibs.
Yeah, and literally Michelle just asked that. Is there an app for waitlist item? And then you said it.
Yeah, I have a few. I'll post them in the Merchant Mastery group.
Yeah, or even if you capture it now over the next like 20 minutes, just maybe pop it into the chat. But Michelle, I assume you're in the Facebook group. We'll definitely post it in there as well.
And then while Dan's doing that, I'll switch gears a tiny bit because this is something that also came up during some of our coaching calls. And I think it's important to address because maybe somebody else here has that question. But gift cards, if you're not selling them on your Shopify store yet, should you include a gift card option so people can buy them? And our answer was yes. In the coaching, is like yes, if you can like give people the option to buy gift cards, because especially if like people are worried about maybe shipping or things not coming in time for Christmas or something like that, a gift card very easy, like it can be sent digitally and it's going to arrive on time. Plus, like a lot of people aren't actually like seeing people. We know COVID's come back in a big way and we don't know, are we going to be in lockdown? Are we going to be able to get together with our families? A lot of people probably won't be, the families aren't going to be traveling across countries to be together for Christmas. So again, that's where gift cards, if you can't send physical gifts, at least you can do something like that. So Scott, Dan, I don't know if you guys want to put in your 2 cents about that.
Dan?
Agreed with everything Ivana said.
Yeah.
I'm also just putting in, I found these 3 apps from a long time ago that are the back in stock. So should I throw them in the chat and throw them into Merchant Mastery?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Facebook? Okay, cool.
Yeah, my comment, I love the gift card idea. As somebody who buys all his nieces and nephews gift cards every year. And just in general, I think you nailed it. I don't think there's going to be as much getting together this year. So a gift card's a really easy thing to give someone. It's just a email away. Right?
Yeah. And I've seen offers as well where it's, get whatever, 20% off now and then get a gift card and you can either use that on your next purchase or gift it to someone else.
I think that's a great idea. Just like an always on thing is having that gift card option.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. And then one other thing that has come up as well over the last few days is things like, obviously optimizing your website, but site speed.
Mm-hmm.
Because we all know, I think I read a number that for like Amazon calculated that page like slowdowns of just 1 second could cost it something crazy like $1.6 billion in sales each year. So obviously that's on like a massive scale, but site speed is very important. So are there anything in specific that people should pay attention to? Any quick fixes, anything like that?
Image optimizing. It's the biggest one. There's plenty of apps. All you have to do go look is image optimizing Shopify and plenty of options will come up. If you have Photoshop, you can go in and export, save for web, and it'll do it for you. I'm not sure if Canva has that functionality. I don't use it, but yeah, 9 times out of 10, images are the best place to start to see, like, and you get instant results doing it. So that's what I always suggest to start.
Okay, I got a question for you, Dan. This is another thing that we've been talking a lot about over the last few weeks, and I just want to get some of the real time, guy who's in the trenches feedback on it. So everybody, a lot of people are going to be running a early access sale. Then they're going to run a Black Friday sale. Then they're going to do an extended sale. How do you approach the extended sale? Is it usually like, hey, here's my Black Friday sale. It's going to actually run from Friday till the end of Saturday. And then on Sunday, you're like surprised that same offer is extended? Or is it like, we have a new offer, or like
morning, like Tuesday morning?
Yeah.
We extend.
But I guess my question is, what are we extending? Is it the same offer? Are we kind of like being like, just kidding, that offer it wasn't the last chance, we're extending that same offer? Or do you bring out like a new offer in the extended sale?
That's a pretty damn good question. Yes, love doing an offer or the extend for sure. I think it adds fresh a little bit hype, but sometimes our campaigns are just going slow. We have a couple now, the client wanting to extend in the first week of December because they're extending. So it's a case by case kind of decision.
Yeah, Dan, we got an audio issue. I don't know what it was happening.
Is it mine or yours?
Okay, well, I think it's yours. I thought it was just coming through on my mic, but you kind of sound like a transformer.
Yeah.
Oh, these AirPods. Still bad?
Oh no.
Now it's good. There you go.
Yeah.
So maybe start from the beginning.
Raging if these pods.
No, you're sounding good.
Okay, cool. What was I going off about?
We're just talking about
the extension, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, case by case situation, decision. Like I said, we have some clients that are killing it and they're already talking about extending it into the second week of December because things are going so good. We don't need to go change an offer there.
Yeah. Would you just be like, hey, our big Black Friday sale, it's 40% off site wide. It ends on Saturday. And then on Sunday,
what's kind of funny? Sometimes we just like have left it on. I'm thinking of one particular scenario and all the customers thought they were so smart going on the Tuesday and Wednesday after Cyber Monday. And they're like, haha, these guys are idiots. They left their deal on. And we saw like crazy sales on like the Wednesday. And these people thought they had one up on us. Little did they know, we're like, yeah,
let's just leave it on.
We know.
Because we've so many conversations with so many store owners over this season, and some people are like, I don't want to trick people. I don't want to say it's the last chance to get the sale, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, oh, it's the same sale, but it's extended.
I like that integrity for sure, but I mean, you don't have to be so definitive with your messaging, right?
Yeah.
Last chance.
Okay. So ideally, like if you had the capacity and time, you would kind of be creative and come up with some new offers to roll out.
For sure. Absolutely.
And that's a good one.
Absolutely.
And like, okay, so that was another question. Is how long are we extending it? I guess like mid-December. So you're seeing already some people.
Well, it's just if things are just going so good and you can't, like, logistically it makes sense, your margins are there, why turn it off?
Yeah, I read it.
Especially if Facebook's algorithms just getting you all the sales, your ROAS and your scaling is going like this.
I noticed, I actually, obviously we're just keeping in tune with everything that's happening Black Friday. Target for the first time in history, or not history, it's a long time. Sorry, I really like to exaggerate things sometimes, but I'm excited. But Target for the first time in a really long time isn't going to be open on Black Friday. So the physical location is not going to be open because of the pandemic. And even if when they are open, they're going big on like the online sales so that it's not crowded at the physical locations. They're like, let's like extend the sales long time. I think that's something to remember is like if there's other big brick and mortar or big box retailers doing these big long sales, that's kind of like everyone's used to it. So we can piggyback off that as small boutiques, smaller stores, and kind of it's kind of like the new trend is that we're going to have longer sale periods.
I honestly don't see Black Friday, Cyber Monday ever again just being a weekend. I think it's too short of a time to really capitalize on how I guess, juicy this time of year is. Like, this is when you can just scale your business, get tons of new customers, and like that's why they call it Black Friday, right? You get out of the red and into the black. So confining it just to a weekend seems like it's going to be a thing of the past. That's my opinion, prediction, but yeah, people are purchasing all of November. Why just make it exclusive to a weekend?
And why end in November? We can go all the way to, into
Totally.
December.
Dan, are any of the merchants that you work with, are any of them launching brand new products for Black Friday? And do you recommend doing that?
No, I don't. I mean, it obviously depends on your business, but no, like let's go with the ones we know that work, that are definitely going to sell, that are definitely going to get cash into your pocket. I don't know if this is a good time to be experimenting unless it's a sure thing, but yeah, I would say no.
Okay. I'll take this opportunity. I think we have like another 10 minutes here, but does anybody else want to do a quick diagnostic of your campaign? Are you feeling brave enough to pop in? A free t-shirt is going to be included. You get to choose one of those cool 4 designs that Ivana so proudly was hoarding.
Hoarding, such a strong word, Scott.
It was. Like I said, I like to really emphasize or exaggerate things.
While people are, Michelle has a question. If you want to.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Michelle, awesome. Allowed to talk. Going to promote you to panelist here, Michelle. And then just ask you to unmute. It looks like it's just still on mute. And yeah, there we go.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Thanks so much for having me. I've been joining every call every Friday for the last several weeks. I'm so excited to be here.
Excellent. Yeah, we recognize you. So we're so happy that this is like the climactic moment where we get to meet you and some of the others. So thank you for participating.
Yeah. So I obviously just asked a question about running out of merchandise. So I am a small boutique, just like the person before. I'm a solopreneur. And this is my first Black Friday. Well, yes and no, because I launched last year on the 26th. So it was like the day before Thanksgiving. So I didn't really have a sale per se. So this year I am running a sale, but I'm more so gearing towards giving an early access and providing a deal to my repeat customers, because I know I don't have a lot of merchandise. But I'll share the ad that I just the email that I sent out to everyone last night. And now hearing your feedback, I realize it's a little bit wordy. So please don't make fun of me, but let me just share it. Hold on.
Well, it's a safe space. It's a safe space.
Yeah, no making fun here.
No.
Okay.
Except if Scott's making fun of me. That's the only way.
Oh, okay.
It was a like a love bug. No, I don't know where I'm going. It was a friendly. I don't know.
Oh, can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I always do a test and send one to myself just so I can see how it looks. But this is basically it, and then I got pictures of the items below.
Oh, I like the VIB.
Yeah. Excellent.
Cool.
And then I have a little bit of my photos, and then I also do use Afterpay, which has been very good to me as well. So this is, I've been, kind of like telling people on my Instagram that there's going to be an early access sale, but I promoted it, but I don't think people know that it's for everybody. I'm just doing this for my repeat customers. So again, my concern is that if I run out of merchandise, what the hell am I going to do?
Yeah.
Well, you have it tracked though. Obviously things are going to be marked as sold out if they're sold out.
Correct. Right? Correct. Yep. Yeah. And I don't carry high quantities of things. And I also don't do a ton of restocks just because I want to maintain some exclusivity and have new fresh items all the time. But I do have those people who constantly ask about, hey, are you going to restock this or that?
I think this is another, there is a plus side to selling out of items.
Mm-hmm.
The plus side is that people realize that things aren't going to be here forever. So I got to act now.
Right.
I got to act now. So I think it's it's almost a good thing in a way. It's just going to be during the Black Friday period. You could even mention that in your messaging. We have a very limited amount of items, first come, first serve kind of thing. And once it sells out, it's this is it's kind of reminding people to act fast.
Right.
I just like last night, there's I don't know if you're in Canada, but if you've heard of the Hudson's Bay, it's like the big Canadian company. It's like,
yeah.
Right. So Hudson's Bay is having these amazing Black Friday sales every day. And I wasn't even planning to buy anything, but I got an email that's like 50% off all pajamas today. And I'm like, oh, well, if I'm ever going to buy pajamas,
I saw that one.
I better go check it out. Right. So I was like I honestly found these pajamas. I'm like, oh yeah, these are really cool. There's like these like bears on the pajamas. And I'm like, I'm going to buy these things.
You need them, of course.
Yeah. So then I put my daughter to bed. She's a toddler. I put her to bed. I come back to buy it. The sale's already done.
Oh, wow.
Right. So it's like, they weren't kidding about that. It's like, and now next time I see a sale from the Bay, I'm going to be acting quickly. So
that's awesome.
Right. So I think it's like, there's a lesson in scarcity and urgency. So if I see, and the Bay, I see all kinds of items that were sold out. There was another pair of pajamas that I liked first that didn't have my size. So I was like, not even on the table. And it was encouraging me to choose something quickly, because I'm like, all the sizes are going to be out in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So it could be an effective like, hopefully you have enough stock to like please your customer base over the
right.
But if it does sell out, like there's at least the benefit of it'll hopefully create urgency to shop for the other products.
Okay.
And I think also because you carry limited stock of everything, you do want to offer it to your VIBs first, because they're most likely to buy.
Yeah.
And they're going to be the lifetime value, like as opposed to pissing off some new customers.
Absolutely. Right. So my second thing is, I was asked by I'm in Boston, Massachusetts. I was asked by the Boston Shopify representative to be a part of their virtual market on December 5th. And I just found that out like last Friday. So I'm like scurrying to get more merchandise for that event. And I'm wondering, you guys were just talking about that. Like, do I say, hey, I lied, I do have more stuff, and send out another email and promote, that event, along with it? Because I'm like, I don't know if I want to necessarily run this same deal as I'm running to my repeat customers, even though I am offering that to the Shopify folks. But I'm like, I don't know if I want to kind of do that for everyone, if that makes sense.
Again, Orion just piped in and said, yeah, just say you restocked.
Okay.
I was going to say the same thing. One of the things I'm loving is this very important babe. Like, you have your own voice, you have your own language. You could be really open and transparent and honest with people. You can say, this has been a wild time for us. We just got some new demand and we stocked up again. And again, it creates that like the urgencies and the, like, you're kind of building excitement that this product is such a hot item that you had to go and get more, and it's kind of creating more demand.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. So I speak to my customers like, they're my friends. So how I talk in my emails is basically how I would talk to them if we were on the phone or via text or Zoom. You know what I mean? So thanks for saying that.
Yeah. So we have someone is asking, I want to hear maybe from your perspective. So Joanna is asking, what is Afterpay? Last week we had Cecil was speaking last week, and maybe you can explain Afterpay, what your experience has been as a merchant, what that's all about.
So I'm probably aging myself by saying this, but back in the day, there was this very cool thing that when you went to stores called layaways, and stores like Walmart had them, stores like Kmart had them. I don't think Target ever did, but it was basically like with layaway, it was kind of different though. So you would put the items aside, the store would put the items aside, and every week until, you paid the items off, you would make a payment on it. And Afterpay is similar, but you're getting the items right away. So just like the picture that I have on the screen, it says everything, you purchase everything and then you select Afterpay at the point of checkout. And then the person, let's just say the total was $100. And so then you make this agreement with Afterpay that for the next 4 weeks, you're going to make a payment of $25, or I think it's every 2 weeks. I think they spread it out a little more, but every 2 weeks, they'll charge your card $25 until you pay them off. Afterpay then takes like a small cut of that. Just for example, on $100 purchase, I think it would be like $4 or $5 of their fee, plus like 30 cents. And then I would get the money about a week or so later. So my customers like it because, for one, it's, a lot of people might have lost their jobs, or some people might be, tight on funds right now, and Afterpay gives them that little leeway to spread the payments out. And I've noticed people use it on, purchases as low as $50, so it just gives people that, little bit of extra time to get the money together to make those purchases without, having that sold out and I missed out on that item type of deal.
Yeah, and one of the things I learned last week talking with Sezzle, who's like I guess a competitor of Afterpay, similar idea, is that people are increasing their order volume too, because they're like,
that's right.
Oh, I have an option to split this up. I'm going to get all the things I want today then.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually have a couple customers who do that. I have one customer, she's actually in Connecticut. She'll buy like 4 or 5 items at a time. She's like, I don't even care if I'm not wearing them right away. I've primarily been offering like higher ends loungewear. So she's like, I'm home, I'm working from home. I just want to make sure, my outfits are still up to par. So she's buying 4 or 5 things at a time just because I offer Afterpay. So it works out for her and it works out for me.
Awesome. I think it makes
Win-win.
sense with the economic times too, like you alluded to. Like we don't all have the same kind of disposable income that we maybe had, and just all these kinds of ways that we could better support our customers.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you for not ripping my email part.
Love it. Love it. Do you want to share a link to your website here in the chat too? We can all.
Sure, I can do that. Hold on. Let me just stop doing this. Oh, I don't know what the heck I just did. Hold on. Sorry.
And also, I know I'm forcing you to multitask here, but just maybe get your link to your website. But the second thing is, do you have an actionable takeaway from the chat that you're going to go and implement?
Yeah, I mean, definitely to, speak to my customers and just let them know, hey, we've restocked, we're going to be offering this for this weekend, and then add in the plug about the whole Shopify event too as well. So at first I was like, is that going to be tacky to do that? But I think just to be transparent is the best way, because again, they may not have been able to get something the first round for the early access sale, but for the second round, then they can.
People love like really human centered communication. Like we often notice when you make an error in an email and then you send like
a Bob Ross.
Yeah. Or you're like, whoops, made a mistake in my last email. You'll often get more opens on like the human whoops email than the original one.
So
True.
I agree.
Very true.
Thank you, Michelle. It's really great to put a face to your name, and thanks for participating. We'll
no problem.
Oh, you got to choose your shirt with
right?
Oh yeah.
Do you want me to share my screen again, or do you remember?
I think I want the same one Orion got.
Yeah, nice. I thought that was going to be a popular one.
Yeah.
And same thing, just you can private message me or email.
Sure, I will do.
That's awesome. I think we're getting good feedback on the favorite shirts too. I knew that Kiss My Roaz would be a hit.
Yeah, that one's really good. Whoever came up with that, kudos to them.
That's Ivana.
Well, I don't think I can take absolute original credit for it, because I think in the community it's a popular one, but
take some credit. Take some credit.
Yeah, definitely a conversation starter for sure.
Cool. Yeah, awesome. We'll connect.
Okay.
Thanks so much, Michelle, and good luck.
Thank you.
Let us know
in the
group how it went. We would love to follow along with your progress.
I sure will. I'm on the Facebook group, so I'll let you guys know.
Okay. See you soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks. All right. I'm just all right. Okay. And that we're wrapping up the hour. We're already a couple minutes over, and I see that there's still a good amount of people in here, and everybody, just from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much for participating in the speaker series each week for the last 7 weeks. I know I've recognized a lot of you that were here week after week. I hope that there's been some really good takeaways. We will still be in the Facebook group answering questions all week leading up to Black Friday. So if you want some tips, there's a lot of people sharing knowledge with each other. We will come in there and answer as well. And we're going to be doing a really fun contest in December. We're going to be giving away more shirts. We're going to be launching some new merch on the store. And we look forward to connecting with you all there. Already for the new year, and maybe in December, we're going to be bringing in some awesome, excuse me, I was so excited there, I almost choked. We're going to be bringing in some awesome Shopify store owners on Shopify Plus that are like big brands from all over around the world. And they're going to be sharing their tips moving into the new year. We've got all kinds of apps lined up to be coming in and speaking as well. So we will be continuing this. We're just taking a breather for Black Friday because we're going to be working hard on driving sales like you all hopefully are too. And Dan, thank you, of course, for taking the time out of your busy day. I know you got a lot of things you're juggling, so thanks, man.
I guess we'll see Dan in the new year, I guess. I don't know if I'm going to get to see you because you're always working.
Like come back with really gray hair.
I'm already there.
Wow, that's okay. It's just it's all wisdom.
No, it's
right?
fun. This is actually really, really fun. I hope everyone else is feeling like super pumped up because this is like exciting. I literally like have been jumped like even after work hours. I'm like checking numbers. I'm like, this is awesome. It's coming in. It's all happening. So yeah, be excited because it is exciting.
It's the big time of year.
Yeah, and yeah, good luck everyone. Share with us what let's all debrief after and during, and we all want to get excited with you. So
yeah,
thank you for
that's important. Share in the Facebook group. Tell us how you're doing. We're all in this together. We want you to win, and we look forward to chatting with you some more.
all right.
Okay, thanks everyone. Yeah, we'll see you again soon. Thanks everyone. Bye.
Bye.